Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to ARL's second race of the week at Canada, this time for the equal performance tier. Tonight we have a short qualifying session followed by 50% race. I think we've got 16 on the grid at the moment, but there is a couple said that are running a bit late. Asia just actually got from Monaco, being at Monaco Heats Grand Prix, and he'll be joining us, and Canty as well, just to be a little bit joining us. No issues with that, that's fine. Rather have the people on the grid. I'm just going to get myself in. Oh, I am in the stream, that's good. See those watching, thanks for joining in. Really appreciated. As we just wait for the loading screen to finish, Desi does some mini devil speed at the moment, but that's alright. So, obviously short qualifying as opposed to full last night, and it's wet. Okay. It's raining. Is it wet enough for intermediates? It looks to me like it probably is. I won't put the tyres on because it'd be pretty obvious what I'm going to use. Who's going to be first to wet? Is the race going to be wet? What setups are they going to put on? Are they going to have to do quali in a dry setup? A dry race? Or is it going to be wet throughout? So, hey Top Gotcha. Hey Useless. It's a wet race as well, is it? Oh dear. Okay. Well, that'll be 35 laps of a very wet Canada then. Different to last night. Completely dry last night. There was a little bit of rain towards the end of qualifying last night, but it was only the last sort of 5 minutes, so it didn't really affect qualifying in the sense of everybody already done laps on slick tyres. So anyway, first out on track. Unusually, actually, first out on track is Sarah. So in the Ferrari. So he'll put down base time. He's actually on slicks. He's on the soft tyres. So let's just have a quick look at the tyres then. As it stands, the vast majority of drivers still going to see if they can get out and do a lap on the soft tyres by the looks of it. Only Gooders, Tierdat and Sierra are actually sat in the pits on the intermediates. Scrap that, Tierdat has changed to the softs as well. Gooders is actually out on a outlap now on the intermediates, so could work both ways. This, if the slick guys have got this right and they can get a lap in quickly before the tyres are worse than the intermediates. Well, Sarah is continuing on to start a flying lap. Oh, he has a little kiss with the wall. Oh, I think he's annoyed himself. He must have done that in the final chicane there. He's invalidated this lap and next lap. So anybody else, the LMB I think is on a hot lap. So he's on the slicks. Now in dry conditions you'd expect to be seeing sort of 109, 110s in equal performance. At the least really, so you know, 110s at the least really, so we'll have an idea when he comes across, completes the lap, of whether it's actually looking quicker to be on the slicks or not. Lost dog to spin at lap 1. Let's see if Matt can get through quali without spinning. Oh, that's got to be a long shot. I think you get good odds on that. Trev. LMB. It seems on. It doesn't look like it's too bad. Should we go on board a little bit just through this last sector just to see if we can work out. So in dry conditions he'd be crossing line now. So clearly not as quick. Usually find wet conditions are around 10 seconds slower, so it's tight. I mean, that's a 118.8. I would say that it's almost on the verge of where one's not faster than the other here. Should we now go to Gooders then, who's on the intermediate? Oh, he's invalidated. But actually, looking at that, he looks like he's struggling. So Who else we got then? Rue is on a lap, so Sierra's back into the pit and has stuck a set of intermediates on now. Matt crossed the line on a 21.5. Rue is going to cross 20.8, so here's P2 for the moment. These laps have the potential to stay there for the whole of the rest of qualifying, but I'm not convinced that the intermediates will be that much slower. Just need someone on the intermediates to actually complete a lap. As we watch Mini Devil now in the Haas to see if he can get something in. Actually, let's go to Yankit Hard. He's a bit further around the track, so... Oh no, he's invalidated. Forget that. Kenyon is now on a hot lap on the intermediate tyres, so actually I'm going to say let's switch to him and let's go on board, see how he goes. Well, he's purple in sector 1, so maybe it's an answer to the question of which is faster. See what he's like in sector 2. It's not purple in sector 2. I mean, as I said, the difference tends to be around 10 seconds between a lap on slicks and wets, so, or intermediates. This though, Canada, of course, for a very short lap, so maybe a bit less. Oh, Kenyon saves that very well indeed. I think that was going to be tight. If we hadn't had that moment out of there, it was going to be tight. And as you all know, people tend to go a bit faster the more laps they do on intermediates. Useless has invalidated his lap. Let's go to Sierra. Oh, who was that? Was that somebody off? That's Mr. Indy on an out lap. Looks like he's had a moment. Anyway, Sierra in the Alpine and on the intermediates, so see if he can complete his lap off. There's a moment of oversteer out of the corner, getting on the power. So again, a dry lap would be crossing the line about now. So it's not far, is it? That is about the same place that LMB was when I said that, so can't be much of a difference now. Yeah, it's a 19.1 on the intermediates. I think we've got our answer. The intermediates are quicker. Screw completes another lap. Sierra now across the line, a 19.1 as well on the inters. Got a Gaza. Always invalidated, okay. Gooders, invalidated again. Oh, that's round. Doing a bit of a reset to track there, a bit naughty. So, there he's on his own. Might let that one go. Just, oh, who was that? That was Hayes. Hayes is out. He was on soft tyres and he's lost it on the exit of the hairpin. So, Dolos then still on the softs. It's going to be close. So 118.8 goes P2. Doesn't seem like there's a huge amount of difference at all, does there, at the moment? Okay, the two fastest at the moment are on softs, but they're both very quick drivers, so it's hard to tell, really, which is faster. Gutters is out of the session. Sierra now crossing the line. He now goes fastest on a 118.2. If we needed clarification, there it is. Good lap, Sierra. That puts you provisional pole. That will mean now, surely, everybody on SOS will just come in and put the intermediates on, because that is pure proof now. Kenyon's gone P2 as well on intermediates. This is Teardat, who also we saw round not so long ago. He's on the SOS at the moment. Sector 1 yellow, that's just someone getting out of the way. I can see that on the map. So no issues there. Same with Sector 2 as well. Yeah, he's going to be very careful on the power, isn't he? It's too wet. See if he does complete the lap or if he ducks into the pits. He's going to continue on and complete the lap. Look at the time. It's a 1:21 flat. It's in P10 for the moment. Matt on an 8 lap, still on the slicks. You're on the wrong tyres, Matt. Yank it hard, we'll cross the line on a 22.6 and put some P12. It's a long time since I've had a qualifying session like this. It's interesting. Sierra, no, who was that? That was Sierra, I think, on the intermediates. Has gone P3. Dodos actually got ahead of LMB at some point there. It's gone up to P4. Watch Matt. Let's go to the broadcast cam then. He's coming up to the back of, I think it's Desi. Oh, and Matt's round. Matt's round. He's lost his wing, but he's still going. There we are, Trev. We got that one a good one. Oh, brilliant. That just made your night, didn't it? Desi then, he was driving in front of him on the intermediates. Let's see what he can manage. I'm just seeing, actually, where's Tiered at? I don't know where he's well down. He's going to be coming into the pits. So Desi is round on the edge of the hairpin, on the exit of the hairpin. It don't like the power. Watch out. Oh no, it's the Ferrari, the wingless Ferrari of Matt. Oh, where's Desi going? He's going back into the wall. It's tricky out there, to say the least. Useless is out as well. I had missed that one. Useless is out. That's one way to take corner. You need to get those boys still on slicks. You need to get in. You need intermediates. People have gone faster on them. Called it. Useless binned it on softs. Lost all grip. Yep. Soldier Stoggers. It's a top gotcha and Trevor both called it. Oh, I should have had the sort of gambling part switched on, shouldn't I? So you could have had some bits on that. So Groove's still trying on the softs, but he doesn't seem too far off still, Groove. He's still managing it. He's just invalidated the lap, which is a bit annoying for him. So he was a 19.1 still, so clearly there is still some time left in those softs. But what's going to be interesting is, does the track maybe dry up slightly and make the softs quicker towards the end of the session than the intermediates? It's still raining, so I doubt it. But, interesting. We're with LMB in a way. Oh, better figure than that. Oh, moment and a chicane. Keeps it going nicely. Rounds the hairpin. Gets on the power pretty nicely as well. You can see the difference there, can't you, when people are getting on the power out of slow corners. The intermediates clearly handling that a lot better. To final corner. Doesn't invalidate, and he's going to cross the line. And it's a 1:17.6. So LMB goes fastest. And takes provisional pole. Sierra's invalidated. So look, Sierra is up. Oh no, that was his last lap. He'd actually gone faster in his last lap. Let's watch into the end of sector 1 then, see if he's improving. Tierdat is retired from the session. So look at that, Sierra's 4 attempts up in the first sector. It's already putting him on 18.1 just with that improvement, but I suggest he's going to improve throughout the lap. Yellow's in all sectors now. They all seem to be people just getting out of the way, if I'm honest. Oh, there may be... Oh, I think one was Tierdat just out of the hairpin having crashed. But they've cleared it now. I missed Sierra's sector 2 time. I'll stick with him. So it looks like he's improving quite considerably in the first sector. Comes down to the final chicane. No invalidation, so it's going to be a decent time, I think. Say 1:17.9. That puts Sierra on P2. Now then, what's going on here? Sarah's into the pits. Canyon, maybe? Just starting the lap, so... Sierra has retired after doing his lap. I think he has crashed, actually, in the first set. So we were just coming up to him. He's crashed around here. Oh, wow, that's in a great place. That's going to ruin Kenyon's lap. And look at that, the car's just been cleared. Kenyon has caught it just before it cleared him. Kenyon does have time to back off, though, and go again. He will make the line really easily, so... I think that's what we're seeing. Brewer's still out there trying to go around on the softs. No time to come in now, though. He's got full energy, so maybe... should be able to get going again. LMB goes fastest now on a 1:17.4. Matt then, with his new front wing. McLaren and somebody else behind. An Alpine. What can Matt do? He's just coming up to the end of the second sector. He's half a tenth up as it stands. He was actually down in the first sector, so he's gained a lot of time through the second sector there. But I suspect he's more interested in gearing up to doing another lap. Still a minute left, so plenty of time. Anybody that's on a lap now should be able to get round. Stick with Matt. It comes through final chicane. There's the McLaren behind him. Must be Gaza. So Matt improves up to P6 on a 1:18.9. Gaza's 1:19.6. I suspect Matt will just go again, so... we've had many doubles out there on softs. It's way too wet now. I'm not sure why people are still attempting slick tyre runs. It's way too wet. Maybe Mini Double just taking a little gamble, I suppose. He's got... you know, he's in P8. If this track suddenly dries up enough for him to put in a strong lap, then it'll be worth the gamble, I suppose. Gazza's 4.5 temps up. Still needs to find some more, though. He's going to get a nice toe down the... Oh, he's had a moment out of the hairpin. I was going to say he's going to get a nice toe all the way down the straight. See then if Matt can improve again. Heads for the line. Discarded wheel left on track as always. He does improve again, but only ever so slightly. Devil comes into the pits. Clearly it didn't dry up. Sierra... I didn't expect him to be able to get out again, but he did. And he is on a hot lap. Just looking down the order, I think... Yep, Sierra's our last runner, so... see if we can disturb positions. He's invalidated. I think took too much curb in the first parts of the chicane and decides to bin the cart. Um, okay, so well, certainly an interesting qualifying session. No doubt about that. So LMB then takes pole position with a 17.4 for AlphaTauri. The two Alpines after that, Dodos and Sierra. Kenyon P4, Sierra 5, Matt 6, Cruise 7, Mini Devil 8, Gazin 9, and Bebs 10. I'm told it's going to be a wet race, so I don't think there's any sort of advantages to be taken. Why is Estuzzi joining? You've been kicked out the league, mate. So Desi, Hayes, Tierdat, Yank It Hard, Useless, Gooders, Mr. Indy, and Adrian. Okay. So Adrian never put his name in there. He's fully late, so great thing really needs to start from the back. We will be taking a quick break now, guys. It should be about 5 minutes. I'm expecting to get going again around about 8:27. I'll just put you on the break screen, and I'll need to have a quick word with our lobby host Matt as well. So just bear with me. Right, we're back, everyone. Sorry for a little delay there. I was reading. We've done the ready up. We've actually just had a countdown. I'm not sure why we're now waiting for players. Somebody's also spinning. I'm keeping myself in the chat for the moment. Steezy has left the session. Good, because he shouldn't have been fucking in it. Sorry, don't normally swear on my streams. Okay, we're going to have to do a restart, guys. Matt's just called it in the chat. Like the real race yesterday. Yeah, we're doing a new lobby, guys. This one's clearly messed up. I reckon it was these that's messed up. Member of anymore. I've got no idea. So I'll pop you back right screen, guys. We'll get this sorted. If I can on that, we might get it sorted a bit quicker. So just bear with us again, and we will be as soon as we can. everyone, we've got the grid sorted. Sorry, if you play the game, it takes a long time. So, we're just into they're in the pit garage now, so they'll have a couple of minutes to get their setups ready. Strategies, etc., and then we'll be getting off. Hopefully more issues, but that lobby didn't even start for us. The race, at least we got through qualifying, at least, but didn't even get started. So as you can see, it's still raining. We've set the weather to how it was going to be, which I'm told was raining and then drying up at some point. When, I don't know. That will be a fun part to find out when it happens and see people diving in, etc. 19 on the grid in the end. We had one more join because of the restart. One more who didn't quite make it in time for quali was able to jump in, and we'll start from the back, which is Art Mickey. So 19 on the grid for a wet start at Canada. Right, just sending the message now. Let's go. We've been waiting long enough now. We always give them 2 minutes just to sort out some restarts and out, but let's be honest, it doesn't really take that long. So, again, apologies for the big wait. Evening, well. Sorry, mate. Because I've not even been looking at the stream chat because of the restart. Unfortunately, I'm an admin as well as a streamer, so got to do all the in-between bits as well. But evening, mate. Thanks very much for joining. So, they're off on the formation lap. Can we see? Let's just go down here and make sure everybody gets away okay. Yeah, they're all off. That's good. Nobody left behind. So both Alpha drivers tonight were a little bit late, so they're both going to start from the back. So it'll be fun to see how they can do getting through the field. I am actually thinking that we're going to get a good race here. I'll just have a quick look. It's a really short lap this, so I'm going to have to be quick about this, but I'll take a quick look at the standings and everything, so you know who you're looking at and that. So the drivers wise, I'll do the top 5. So drivers wise, Brew is leading the way on 144. Dodos is currently P2 on 131. So close between those two, but only 3 points behind that is Adrian. Obviously a bit late after actually attending the Monaco Grand Prix in real life this week, which was a great time for him, he said. He's P3 in a way. Kenyon P4 on 117. Gazza's P5 on 98. And Canty is P6 on 95. So the 2 McLaren drivers both doing well, as always for them. The constructors, we've got Alpine leading the way on 213, 20 points ahead of McLaren on 193. Haas in P3 on 178, Alpha Tauri 164, Williams 157, Alfa Romeo 154. We're ahead of Ferrari, then Red Bull, then Aston Martin, and then Mercedes. Who would have thought that? Mercedes, bottom of the constructors in both the realistic and the equal performance tiers. Which you would never, ever expect, would you? Hey ho. Someone's got to be last. Let's see if they can improve that sort of luck today. I'll go to position change just to get us started. We don't need lap delta. Just helps me see if anybody's falling down a bit. It starts. Canada didn't reserve rain all through the race. Yeah, it's, somebody mentioned in chat it was going to dry up, but whether that was just a joke to try and get them to do it or not, I don't know. What's happening? This is good. Well, they might be having a good race. I don't know. I'm stuck. I think I'm going to have to leave the lobby and come back in, guys. I am totally stuck. Oh, my goodness me. Anything else want to happen? So we just missed probably the most exciting part. Hey, oh. So I didn't really need to, did I? Please don't make us do another restart. Come on. I've always got to download content every time I turn it on. Here we go. Let's get to map. Right. It says they're on lap 2, so go in. Here we go. Message from Raratron. Well, we got a message from Raratron. Okay, so we are going in away. So, wow. Okay, Tierdat is not in the lead. He's in P11. No, he's not. Is this lobby absolutely messed up or what? I don't even know what position Tierdat's in. Oh, I don't know what's going on, guys. Well, let's see if we can work this out. Telemetry, track map. It's got messed up. The actual qualifying went absolutely fine, no issues whatsoever. So why did it suddenly mess up like this? We got anyway. Something's happened somewhere on the first couple of laps because we got multiple pitters. As you can see, they've started on intermediates. 5 guys in the pit though. Hayes, Mickey, Gaza, Mr. Indy, Desi, all into the pits. Early on. So, it's really hard to see what was actually going on. So it looks like LMB is leading in a way. So if you take Tierdat at the equation, who I think is actually running in P10. I think the rest of the order is how it should be. Really strange though. It's kind of messing up my timings. Hopefully that'll write itself at some point, what it must look like on Tierdat screen, I've no idea. I don't know if I've even got... So is Tierdat still showing? Who can I get on board with? Get on board with Yank It Hard. He's not showing a red X anymore, for whatever reason. Just goes to his gamer card. Oh, well, he's showing offline on his gamer card, so that's good, isn't Well, I've no idea what's going on, guys, there. All we'll have to do is just, we can see where he actually is, but by what drivers are around him, I suppose. So we just have to take that into account. As Dodos has a moment in P3, allowing Sierra to get through, Kenyon to get through. Sierra's not close enough to their teammates anyway, so we probably wouldn't take that place. So these guys can try and get after LMB. Showing for me at the moment that Sierra is only 4 attempts off of LMB. That's clearly not correct. Whether the timings are right for the guys racing or not, I don't know. Got so this is Kenyon right on the back of Sierra. He's also got Kenyon's also got Dodos right at the back of him. Stick with this anyway. At least we know we've got some good close racing going on here. That was LMB, you saw just go out on the left side of the screen. So it's now showing that he's about 4 seconds ahead, which seems more likely. Gooder's 10-second penalty already, says Ghost Rider. Yeah, 13 seconds in fact. But we be able to serve any of that in the pits, I'm not sure. But yeah, a few penalties going on here. That's got a 5-second himself. Sierra's got 3. Matt's got a 5. Useless with 3 as well. So a few early penalties. It's an easy, to be fair, it's an easy track to pick up the corner cutting penalties on in the dry. It's going to be every bit as difficult in the wet, I guess. Looks like Sierra's just managing to create a little bit of a gap, and it looks like Kenyon's just creating a little bit of a gap to Dodos as well. So, I wonder if the Alpine team boss will give a shout to Dodos to get out of the way of Sierra if he can't, if they continue to fall back, and they have to do that. As LMP sets the fastest lap of the race so far, a 1:20.3. Which is interesting, because that's not a million miles off where the pole time was, is it? The pole time, I think, was a low 1:19, wasn't it? Or was it high 1:18? But it's not far off, considering they got a race load of fuel in the car. Which suggests it's not as bad conditions as the qualifying was. It's you can see this can kind of happen in the wet a little bit. You end up sort of running in a sort of uniform line behind one another. It's really difficult to overtake with no DRS. So, I mean, as you can see, none of them are using their energy, really. Kenyon turns it on now, but Sierra's turned his on. Being in the wet, they recover it a lot quicker when they're doing a dry, so it's just a complete and utter stalemate at the moment. I'm going to go back to Sierra because he's got the 2 Haas right on his back. So note on the Alphas, by the way, Adrian, they started the back 2 on the grid, but Adrian's managed to recover up to P11 so far. He's got a little bit of a gap to Bebs that he'll be trying to work on. Mickey has got a couple of places. He's up to 17th. That would suggest to me that he was involved in early incidents because of all the pitters that have been in. The other question is this going to be a no-stop race if it continues to rain throughout? Or will we see a stop? I'd suggest it would be 0 stops. I know in the dry, the tyre wear is pretty heavy around here. Useless is retired from the session. So, he is around here. The safety car is out. These guys are diving in. He's lost it in the wall of champions. So we could just about see before Mr. Indy got into the pits. So pit stops are occurring. Tirdat is in. So he's now running P17. Game realises that LMB is actually just overtaking him for the lead. That actually means that Tirdat is now a lap down. He's second on track at the moment, but he is actually a lap down. Oh, goodness me. I suppose LMB would be the main one that's not going to be too over the moon about the safety car. He's pulled out a lovely lead at the front. And he was gradually still building. Ooh. Oh, Mr. Hash, you're going to have to let that Red Bull's going to have to stay ahead of you, mate. He was ahead. When you exited the pits. So let's yank it hard up into P9. By staying out, Adrian in the Alpha is now up to P8. He's one of our title contenders. Gru, P6. Kenyon was the other one, wasn't it? He was P4. We've got 4 races left after this, so 5 including this one. So here that is showing a red X again. I'm just wondering if I can have a look at him. Let me invite him to a game just in case he's not there. But, I have noticed with Tirdat, I don't know where he is. I'm kind of guessing that he's not living in the UK. He tends to have the red on the connectivity in the lobby. But on the other hand, so does Mr. Indy, because he's in Australia and he's not having any issues in that sense. As Syrah enjoys a across the track, across the grass. So, did that cost him positions then? He's running P5 and he didn't pit, so it must have done. Poor Mr. Indy there, stuck. The 2 cars behind LMB, I don't know if LMB's listening, but the 2 cars behind him... No, sorry, one of them's Kenyon. I was going to say they're both lapped cars that you could let through, but actually one of them is Kenyon. The one directly behind him is shown as P2, but he's not. He's a lap down. But, if LMB's not listening, it won't matter. I was just thinking that you could let the driver through and they could unlap themselves. So, safety car is coming in. It's remarkable what we're seeing. If Tirdat is actually still with us himself, I suggest he's not. That's got to be an AI, the way it was holding the power. It's not doing any sort of moving about to warm the tyres. So LMB goes. Looking at Kenyon really on how he reacts absolutely fine. Let's have a look down. The reactions all the way through the field. Come up to turn 1. The McLaren has a... Sorry, that's Mr. Indy getting out of the way of all these cars. So... all the a lapped car like Mr. Indy, now all they can do is hope that there's another safety car and that everybody else ahead pits. Now this is a problem because Tirdat is not being recognised as a lapped car. It's an AI that thinks it's running now in P3 when it's not, it's a lap down. Oh, and look now, it's... Oh, Sierra's hit the back of him. I think he's lost the right end plate. This is a nightmare. I'm afraid to that, unless we can find a solution to this for future races, we may not be able to include you. Yank It Hard had to come out of racing at one point because his internet didn't allow it, but that has now affected a driver's race that was high up the positions as well. I'm afraid. And your AI thinks it's in P4, and it's not. It's at the back. It's actually P17 at the moment. The only driver it's ahead of is Mr. Indy. Sierra pits then. Gaz has had to pit as well. Obviously, they're going to be way behind, but no need to give up hope. It's early in the race. Chances, the safety car is still pretty high, you'd feel. So, Yank It Hard's lost a couple of places there to Adrian and Mini Devil. Let's just go to Gru. He's right on the back of Teardat. I know it's an AI, but he's right on the back of him. Make sure he can get that done. So off he goes now. He's cleared the, which we call him an obstacle, I suppose. There's Bebs. He's looking at Dodos. Looks like Bebs has got that one. P6. Sierra, 3 seconds. Picked up. As Mini Devil gets ahead of Adrian there. So that puts Mini Devil back into the points. Adrian back out, although Mini Devil does have a penalty which Adrian doesn't have. And this is Dodos getting past Bebs. Bebs had a little cut at the corner there, but he's under a lot of pressure from Hayes. Oh, we got a sector 1 yellow. Staying at that part. No cars are actually stopped. I'm not sure what's happened there. Could actually be Mr. Indy allowing cars back through again. So this is easily our closest battle, and Hayes sticks it up the inside and does it well. That's Haas though, Mini Devil, that wasn't the best from you. Andali, that is the Red Bull of Teardat that's ranged. Don't worry about any ticket submissions for that one. That's actually quite useful. Teammate Yank It Hard goes past as well now. So, really, really tight racing, and we're going 3 wide to turn 1. Oh, Matt gets a little shove from the ass and he's round. And the wing's off. Oh dear, Bebs. Well, at first glance, that looked like it was on Bebs, that one. But Matt's come off the worst. I never like to judge any incidents from the actual stream because people's POVs tend to end up telling a different story. Adrian, though, makes his way past Bebs, is now up into P8. And having a fantastic race. Bebs is now round. And let's try and recover that car safely. Desi's quite a way back, so he's got a nice gap. I think he's just hit a wall again. Sierra now. Oh, Desi is out. It's a virtual safety car. It's a full safety car. Kind of glad that's come out. It was all getting a bit messy. Unfortunately, I got nobody on track anywhere near where Desi is, so I can't tell you what's happened there. It's hit the big braking left-hander right at the end of sector 1 going into sector 2, so something's happened to him there. So LMB pits, puts a fresh set of inters on. It doesn't appear that there's any sign of let up in the rain. I'm sure if there was, he wouldn't be pitting. If there was a thought that it was going to turn to slick tyres at some point, so that's made a lot of changes now. glad to say that Teardat's now down to P14, although he's not, of course, but you know what I mean. He's just further down the field now. Matt will be out behind him. That's allowed Gazza to recover up to P13 now, but we're getting back on the back of the field, which will help a longer term for the race for him. Mr. Indy picks up 3 seconds. So I'm guessing Mr. Indy is still stuck behind everyone and has retired from the session. Well, don't like to see people retiring on track, Mr. Indy. It's not going to cause any issues. See if the AI will stop the car. It's going to be cleared way before anybody gets round there in a way. But it's a bit of a no-no. You don't retire on track. That's pretty much a standard in any league. The car's already recovered. Teardat is no longer showing the red X. Maybe he's back with us now, but he's still a lap down. Even if he doesn't know it, he's a lap down. I'm just trying to think of it. There's nothing I can do, is there? Because I don't control the lobby, so there's no way of me getting him removed or anything. Yeah, still shows he's offline even though I've added him. Nothing in there. I was hoping maybe I could put him, but if anybody can do that, I'm guessing it's Matt, as he's the lobby host. Now what's happening? Teardat's car has now gone into AI. For some reason Matt's ended up ahead of him, but well, there's the confirmation. Safety car is in this lap. Let's get to the front then. So we've got Kenyon leading the race from Sierra. Dodo's P3, LMB P4, Adrian P5, Gru 6. Can Kenyon and Sierra take these tyres to the end, or will they have to pit? And if they have to pit, have they done the correct thing staying out at this stage? It's going to be interesting. Hey, well, everyone here looking for a drive on a Tuesday. I may have someone actually, Whale. Now you mention that, I may have someone. I'm talking to them at the moment. They've got an issue at the moment. They've got to go in for surgery, and they're not 100% sure. They're starting on some new painkillers, and if that stops the pain that they get from racing, then they may well be up for it. Yeah, that should all be sorted out before we get to the start of the season anyway. So. Look, so Sierra and Kenyon battle. Sierra comes out on top. Kenyon is under pressure from Dodo's and ends up in the wall. He hit it pretty side on. He's probably caused front wing damage to the right end plate, I would suggest. And now Adrian, look at Adrian, having pitted, is up to P5. This is the reward you get for staying completely out of trouble in races like this. Suddenly up from P5 from 18th on the grid. Having a fantastic race. Easily heading towards driver of the day. Let's see if we can spot any damage on Kenyon's car. Can't see anything obvious. And we've got a sector 3 yellow. Well, let's go to that battle. Teardat and Butters. See that? Unfortunately, I think he's taken back control of the car now. Actually, Teardat, but he doesn't. Yeah, it looks like he has, but as I say, he won't know he's a lap down. We can have a bit of a shot later on. As Kenyon must have had damage then, he does pit. Mini Devil has to pit and picks up 5 seconds speed in the pit lane. So our top 4, top 5 even, running very close together. Yeah, all good, mate. Hope you are too. Yeah, I haven't definitely confirmed it with him yet, but yeah, if he wants to, I'll see what I can do. Hey Mario, thanks for joining, mate. Yeah, he has, mate. He's left ARL for a couple of different reasons, but wish us all the best. He's remaining in ARC for now, but we'll see what happens for him. So our top 5 in a way covered by 2.8 seconds at the moment. Gaza is out. Ah, Gaza. Looks like it's on the final chicane. He's quite far up the track, but I think he's lost it on the curb of the Wall of Champions and gone across into the pit wall. That would be the obvious suggestion. The other one would be that there may have been damage as Teardat picks up a drive-through penalty. Speeding under a safety car. Oh my word. Well, if nothing else, I can't say this race hasn't been eventful in a way, but it's not been a shining light of what is a brilliant league with incredible drivers in it. But just unfortunately that oh, Gaza just telling me, yeah, you're right, mate. Okay, thanks, mate. Unlucky, bud. These things happen. I see there's quite a few of you watching now. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Feel free to chat, and I'll try and keep an eye on it. We had some issues earlier on. We had to do a lobby restart. Anybody that's joined us recently, just so you know, Teardat has just picked up a speeding under safety car drive-through penalty. It's actually a lap down, even though it's showing him in P11. So he's not actually where he thinks he is. But I think he's sort of been in and out the lobby and hasn't realised. Not a lot I can do about it. I'm not the lobby host, so I can't do anything. I'm not even sure you can kick people once you're actually in the race in a way. So he's also into the pit now. Gooders is into the pit again. Let's have another look at the penalties in a way. See how many people are racking up. So Sierra's now on 6 seconds. It's going to be a difficult task to create that sort of gap to Dodo, Solen and B, let alone Gru and Adrian as well. 3 seconds for Yank It Hard at the moment. Beb's 6, Hayes is on 8, so you might have thought he'd have pitted to get rid of 5 of those. Drive through for Teardat. Gooders has 13 seconds of penalties, and Mini Devil's on 3 at the back. Just waiting, I think, for Mini Devil really to catch up, but we shouldn't be going again this next lap. I think we'll be going again lap 20. Yeah, I'm with you on that, Runner. Hey, Runner. Yeah, I'm with you on that, mate. It's genuinely my least favourite track of the season, I think. On par with Monaco, obviously, but I've never liked Canada. I've never been very good at it. I never like it. It's yet it's always there, isn't it? So, still just waiting on Mini Devil. He's not catching up at any real pace at the moment. Mickey's taking the opportunity to take a stop. So this is our third safety car of the race. Fortunately, 3 crashers. Useless it's Desi and Gaz's crashes have all caused safety cars. Mr. Indy retired on track under a safety car. She'll be in trouble for later. Other than that, the actual racing's been good. There's been some good racing going on. A couple of little taps here and there. Beb's had a tap on Matt that sent him off into the wall and lost his front wing. But funny enough, Matt now finds himself up in P7 with Bebs in P9. Also, Kenyon and Dodos. Dodos seemed to give Kenyon a bit of a tap as well, which caused him damage. So, Lee Devil really catching up now. I think we're going to be going this lap in a way, so I think he needs to get on the back. He's nearly there. The back is just coming out of the hairpin now, so he's almost there. So let's go to the front. So the safety car's not coming in. Okay, we're going to go another lap. Fantastic, just what I wanted. So it's going to be lap 21 then. Let's get going again. Why is Adrian dropping places? He's coming to the pits. Not that it's telling me that. So Adrian sticks on a new set of intermediates. He hadn't pitted yet. Why he's pitted after that many laps of safety car. Let's put him back down to the back of the field. Question the tactics there a little bit. I think once you're committed to staying out, you may as well do it. Never have the track position. So I think from here, trying to think who would be your favourites, guys. So Sarah's got the 6 seconds, so it comes down to either Dodos or LMB. Dodos had a bit of trouble around here last night in the realistic race, so I'm going to take a punt on LMB to be our eventual winner. Race control confirms the safety car is in this lap, thank goodness. So we're going to have 15 more laps of wet racing. Hey, I'm confident it's not going to dry up. The sky looks terrible. I'm sure people wouldn't have been pitting then if it was going to dry up before the end of the race in a way. So pretty sure we're on to the end on intermediates. Sarah slowing down. The safety car's reached the pit lane now, so Sarah can go when he likes. Just before the final chicane has been favourite, but not this time. He's going to go out of it. There he goes. Does he? No. He is now. Maybe he did go. I'm not sure. So, oh, a little tap there, I think, from LMB on the back of Dodos. Didn't cause any damage. He's fine. I'm trying to get an angle that shows us down the field a little bit, but can't seem to get it. Got no yellow flag, so it looks like everybody's gotten off and running again okay. As Mini Devil climbs up into P13, Kenyon up into P11. I think let's go down to Kenyon. He's going to look at Tirdat now. He's the most likely to give us some will-to-will racing where he is in the field, so it looks like he's got the move done on Tirdat in a way. Picks up 3 seconds for his troubles there though. That was somebody else. Oh, and that is Tirdat into the wall. I think he picked up Mickey a bit, and his Gooders has hit him. Oh my word, and that's going to bring out safety car number 4. So Sarah, I think, entered the pits. So Sarah's coming in. It's actually starting to look a little bit like it is drying up, you know, and there's the sign it is. Sarah's put on a set of mediums. To be saying I thought we were going to the end. I don't think we are on intermediates. Sierra puts on medium tyres. Gru puts on medium tyres. Hayes does. And we catch the safety car. They've called it early. Probably assuming that we're going to be under safety car for a good 2 or 3 laps. While it dries out as well. Ghost Rider, that actually does seem to be back on track and racing, but as I've said a few times, he is actually a lap down. It's not showing that on the screen, but he is actually a lap down. So, he got lapped early in the race. When I joined, because I had to leave and rejoin again, when I rejoined it was showing him as leading the race, even though he was he was in 11th at the time or something. But he was in, well, I won't say he was in AI, he was red X earlier on, at a time where somebody did hit him. I think it was Sierra hit him, and lost or damaged front wing. Sierra back up into P3 now, but these guys who have pitted for mediums have just gone, well, potentially gone favourites. Look, the rest are pitting. The other front guys are pitting. Bar, Dodos and Matt have stayed out. Some opting for softs. Maybe a bit optimistic. Softs to the end from this distance. If LMB get out ahead of that Alpha, he has, but the Alpha actually splits him and Sierra, so surprised to see that. Did Adrian not sort of get his foot down and get round the circuit? So Teardat is now coming back out on the intermediates. So our top 4 now then is Dodos, Matt, Bebs, Mickey, all stayed on the intermediates. We'll probably get an idea when they come around again. Are they all going to jump in, or do they genuinely think it's still too wet? Let's ride on board with Sierra, shall we? And just see if we can gauge. Obviously we're driving slow at the moment, we might be able to gauge if they're a bit slippy. Yeah, I think you might, mate, to be honest. There's been a few incidents. I think there is going to be a few tickets, mate, to be honest. Oh, I could have grabbed a coffee during the safety car, never mind. So, the top 4 there still didn't opt to come in. Are they making the right choice, or are they completely throwing their races away at the moment? Teardat is back into the pits again. Oh, my word. He's just driving through the pits. What? He's just hit the wall on the pit exit. Oh well, okay. Just retire out there, Teardat. There's no point. 3 seconds for Hayes. Never good picking up penalties during safety cars. LMB just moved ahead of Hayes, so perhaps he ran off track while picking up that 3 seconds. Ooh. Careful, boys. Nice. Oh, sorry, we're going again. When the hell did the safety car come in? I completely missed that. Well, Sierra's already up into P1. Gru is into P2. And now you'll see the intermediate guys coming in. They've all made a mistake. No doubt whatsoever. So, he had an ample opportunity to correct that mistake under safety car, but Sierra, Grew, LMB, Hayes, Adrian have all made brilliant calls. I'm still a bit thinking the soft tyres to the end's a bit optimistic. It's one of those tracks. It is high on tyre wear, Canada. There's no getting away from it. But if anybody can pull that off, it probably is LMB. So Hayes has a look at the back of LMB. So we should get some overtaking going on now as well, with DRS activating on the third lap. Let's hear that. Exits the pits once more. He's on mediums now. Wow. Sierra's creating a nice little gap at the front though over Grew. Grew is leading the championship at the moment. He's up into P2. It's only going from better to even better for Grew at the moment. As Bebs picks up 3 seconds. Let's go to the broadcast cam. What about any gaps further down? Have we got any battles? Matt's on the back of Dodos. Bebs is on the back of Matt. There's not really any battles that are actually closer than the one we're on. As Jacket Hard picks up 3 seconds. Maybe he looks like he's going to get a good exit here, and does. He may be close enough to do this without DRS. Oh, but he has got DRS this lap. Okay, so you'll see the power of that. He could be under pressure from Hayes. No. But Hayes will get DRS here. Grew won't. Is he going to be able to get a look into turn 1? Seems a bit much tarmac to make up, to be honest. So LMB will start getting out after Sierra. There was no doubt in my mind that at some point LMB's tyres will begin to go off compared to the medium guys. So we may see Grew start to come back in a bit later on towards the end. It's just whether he's got enough laps to actually get back past. 3 seconds again for Bebs. So he has a little moment over on the exit. Kenyon then on the back of Sierra. Let's go to the broadcast cam for this one and watch it from there. No, Andrews, I said I could have made a coffee under the safety car. I didn't think of it, never mind. I didn't mean it's coming in. Oh, I could have made a safety... Oh, don't worry, it don't matter. Kenyon then gets the move done on the straight under DRS and is back up into P5. Hayes has hit the wall. Oh, that's going to be safety car number 5. Oh, now I can make me coffee, I suppose. Oh, and all of a sudden, you've got to think that's going to play into the guys that switch to soft tyres. It's going to play into their hands. Hayes hits the wall coming out of the final chicane, so... Well, there's good and bad news, guys. The bad news is it's safety car number 5. The good news, we can't have any more. So once we're going again, it will be through to the end. So I'm going to go and switch my coffee pot on, because I can't actually make one, because it'd be stone cold at the moment, so I need to heat it back up. So do that. It's... Well, I wonder if we'll see any pitters under this safety car. I think everybody will stay out for track position, really. The person might pit, I suppose, would be somebody at the back. Switch to softs. So, have a look then. So, who's that in the pits? That is Mini Devil has come in for a set of softs. Yeah, he had a bit of a gap to Matt though. He might not fall down too far. Where is Mini Devil in the pits? Oh, he's only just come out of the box. It looks like he'd get out ahead of Dodo Sen, who obviously pitted. The way Dodos has fallen down, I'm wondering if he maybe got tangled up with Hayes when Hayes crashed. So he's going to have to try and make his way up a bit again to pick some points up. Here, Dodos. We're going to have to wait for Teardat to get back round to the back of the pack. We're going to be going the full length for the safety car. I've turned it on, Andrews. It should be nice and hot for when the race finishes. So, not surprised to see the viewers have dropped a little bit with all these safety cars, but there's still quite a few of you out there. So thank you very much, guys, for sticking with this. As I say, the good news is we won't get another safety car, so we're going to see some racing. If Teardat could get a move on. Why is he oh no, yeah, I think he might be getting Dodo's pits again. I think Teardat might be getting Delta because of Dodo's pitting. So Dodo's pits again and puts on another set of fresh tyres, soft tyres. Obviously it was wet all the way through qualifying, so they've all got loads of tyres remaining. So I suppose from Dodo's point of view, he couldn't lose any positions, so why not stick another fresh set on and give himself that ever so slightly little bit more advantage. So he needs to make up 2 positions just to get into the points. Mind you, the 3 cars ahead of him have all got penalties, whereas Dodo's is penalty clear. So you'd think that Dodo's will, as long as nothing happens to him. It's a good question now as well. Bebs, it won't let you take back control under safety car, mate. You'll have to wait. Let me see if I can get in and actually tell you that. There we go. Yeah, I've just messaged him, just to let him know. Right, we go again because Teardat's taken an absolute age to catch up to the back. As well as for is the safety car actually on reduced? You'll have to ask Matt, he's the lobby host. I didn't actually look at the settings. He knows to put on reduced, but sometimes maybe he forgot because of the lobby restart. It's very easy for people to forget that sort of thing. They're just so concentrated on trying to get the grid right, while everybody's chatting 100 messages a second at you. That's right. Earlier in the season I did sort of put a thing out saying, please on restarts, just don't continuously chat, because people are trying to concentrate, trying to get it sorted as quick as they can for you. So, come on safety car, come in, we can have 4 laps of tight racing. Obviously in Sierra's position, yes, there's the confirmation, the safety car is coming in. Sierra's position, he's got 6 seconds of penalties, so he would not have wanted this at all. All he can do is do his absolute best to try and stretch a gap. He knows it's going to be hard to stretch a gap over LMB. He knows it's going to be hard to do it to Gru and Kenyon. So it'll probably be a case of looking at the guys behind that and trying to get those 6 seconds built out. Mind you, Kenyon and Sierra have got penalties. So actually Kenyon's got 6 seconds, so Sierra can stay ahead of him. Sierra's got 3 seconds, so yeah, so Sierra may be able to still hold on to a podium here. As we do get going again, so No moves into the first corner. Be right on the back of Sierra. Sierra will be desperate to hold on to that. I think if he gets sort of stuck behind another car, it could cause him issues in trying to get away. Also, I think Sierra, knowing him, I think he would actually, even if he doesn't keep hold of the win with the penalties, I think he'd quite like to finish ahead of LMB. As Dodos picks up 3 seconds in his efforts to try and get back through the field. It's not going too great. He's up 1 place into P11, but he's a second off Bebs ahead of him. The 2 cars ahead have large amounts of penalties, so Dodo's effectively running in P9 at the moment. Kenyon gets ahead of Gru. And moves into P3. But surely all Gru's got to do is stick to the back of him. And he could well come out of this with a race win. Bebs picks up 3 seconds. This is when making sure you stay clean of penalties during a race really comes in to fruition. So you can see it's it's looking very, very likely, to be honest, that that Gru's going to end up with the winner here. His only problem at the moment is that Kenyon is getting close to falling out of DRS to LMB. That is not what he wants. Let's just have a look. I don't think they're going to struggle too much, Runner. The soft guys, they might struggle a little bit, but since they moved on to that, it's been 2 safety car periods, so it's not as bad as it first looked. As Dodos is out of the race. I think he maybe picked up damage and is retired in the pits. I can't see him out on track. And the yellow flags are around by the pit lane, so looks like Dodos is retired in the pits. Something we don't penalise this season in the ARL for, but I can absolutely promise you that as of next season, it 100% will be penalised. Retiring pits, on track, etc. will all be penalised as of next season. As LMB does get ahead of Sierra on track. Oh, what's happened to Kenyon? He's dropped back to 5th. Looks like he's had a moment out of the hairpin. And Gru goes back ahead of him. Sierra goes back ahead of him. Matt gets ahead of Adrian. Matt having a good race, up to P6. 3 seconds from Mini Devil. And is also penalty free, so Matt's another one that can move up the field through the penalties. We're on to the final lap, and it looks like Gru is going to win. Could be tight. He's still got it. He's got 30% of energy left, and I would suggest he needs to use every bit of it for the rest of this lap. He's got a matter of a couple attempts. He needs to keep to within of LMB. So. And he's just dropped over 3 seconds, so LMB is now heading for victory. Kenyon and Sierra continue to fight for P4, although Sierra will be promoted ahead of Kenyon regardless of that. So LMB, Gru is back within the 3 seconds. He's back out of the 3 seconds. He's in the wall. Oh my word. Can you be any more dramatic than that? Our championship leader has too much power out of the wall, the famous chicane with the World Champions, and is into the pit wall. And that is going to hurt his championship chances. So, wow, that's just amazed me as the tradition of crashing your car over the line continues in ARL. So, LMB wins the race. I don't know what happens to Adrian. He was the closest runner. He has a crash as well and spins over the line in fantastic fashion. He was the closest to Gru, so... And Adrian doesn't pick up any points. He's missed out on a great opportunity in the end. Driver of the day from the game goes to me. I'll take a look at that in a second. Gru quite possibly could have been on to take it from me, but he's crashed at the end, so he's lost that effectively as LMB celebrates the win. I'm not entirely sure. It's I'm a little bit lost at the moment on my final position. So LMB is victorious in Canada in the end. Sierra takes P2. Matt is promoted to P3. Kenyon 4, Sierra 5. That doesn't... Oh. Okay, so I think Sierra picked up an extra penalty right at the death. Okay, Yank It Hard P6, Mini Devil 7, Mickey 8th. Adrian actually did end up 9th, so does pick up a couple of points, but that's not the point game you'd have hoped for. Bebs P10. Let's hear that. P11 is kind of our final finisher, but won't pick up any points in a way. Yeah, look at that. You can see that he was glitched. Look, it says he did a fastest lap of 12.6 seconds. So I think we can safely say, not as good as Dodos though, with a 0.9 second lap. That's unbelievable, that. I think the actual fastest lap goes to Arc Mickey with 1:11.153. I will double check that, obviously, but it looks like that's who it goes to. For the steward's sake, I am going to quickly try and scroll through the penalties. There's a lot of them. I'm not quite going to get to the bottom, but for as many as I could, guys. Well, it was certainly an incredibly eventful race. Commiserations, Gru. That was... I don't know if it was going to be a race, but it was going to be either first or second. Let's put it that way. It was... You were in and out of the 3 seconds continuously, and obviously you're obviously aware of that, and have tried to really chuck it through the final corner. So commiserations, mate. But you wouldn't be you if you didn't try and go for the win. So fair play to you. What a fantastic end to the race. Anyway, congratulations to our top 3. It's a very eventful race, lots of safety cars, unfortunately. Always takes away from the action a bit, but the action we did have was fantastic. There was some great racing in amongst all that. There was some poor stuff going on as well, which is something we are trying to address now. But let's just see how we go. We're at USA next week for the Circuit of the Americas Grand Prix. Had a realistic tier on the Sunday at 8 PM and the equal tier on the Monday at 8 PM. Please join us for that. So it should be a great race. But the championships, the both the drivers and constructors really come down to the level. With Little Daz at the moment leading the realistic championship, despite driving the whole season in either an Alfa Romeo or a Williams, doing absolutely fantastic. However, he told me last night in a podium interview that he's going to miss 2 of the last 4 races, which will give others a chance to catch him up and really take us down to the wire in that one. In this one, with Crew's crash out, that has allowed others to really catch up, and it looks like the equal performance tier is going to come down to the wire as well. So in that sense of it, it's turning out to be a great season. In a way, as always, guys, thank you ever so much to everybody that's tuned in live. It's really appreciated, and I've seen the viewers going up to over 10 on multiple occasions, so thank you ever so much to all of you. Thank you as well to everybody that watches the stream back at a later point. As I say, it's really appreciated. Part of my streaming process, I will be trying to start getting offering out to our more frequent viewers some VIP things, and I may gift out a sub or 2 at some point. It's all stuff I'm looking into because it's all new to me, so just bear with me a bit on that stuff. But thank you ever so much, everyone, and I myself am back streaming on... Actually, the next confirmed one I've got is on Friday for PRF1. I may be streaming on Thursday as well. I'm actually racing myself the next 2 nights, so I won't be streaming those. But yeah, definite with you on Friday night for PRF1. I may be streaming Thursday night, but I'm not sure on that one yet. But thank you very much, everyone, and good night.